The vibe is vintage. Buckle up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zoe's Treasures and the new Seller Surge Raid Train. So I'm super excited. It's one of my favorite nights of the month where we do the new Seller Surge Raid Train. Normally, well, hello, Southern Charm, Teacup Chap. Hi, Brittany. Thank you guys for sharing. Rescued, Vintage Ohio, and so many other of you that I can't possibly read out all the names. There's going by too fast for me to do that. But welcome. We have 5 brand new sellers tonight, fairly new, to introduce to you. Hopefully, you guys will hang out from now through 8 o'clock when the train ends. Well, they're coming back to me at 8. But for the next couple of hours, as we go through the train, meet some new sellers that maybe you've never seen before. Get exposed to some, different types of items. We have 5 tonight. I'm going to introduce them in a second before we go and raid. Let me get a giveaway going. I was hoping to run 2 before we raid. So our first giveaway for the holiday Halloween, since it's this week, is a little vintage, a Halloween postcard and some buttons and stuff. So cute little Halloween pack. That's our first giveaway. That is up and running. So new Seller Surge Raid Train. We do this the last Wednesday of every month, and it's all for new sellers. I will start it and kick it off. I do have a spot tonight, but we'll get to that in a second on why. And the rules, it's pretty simple. So if you're a new seller and you're thinking you want to get on a raid train, here are the rules that we do. You have to have less than 1,000 sales when you sign up. So right now we are taking signups for February of 2026. I know that seems like a long time away, but that's why I say less than 1,000 when you sign up, because between now and the time you actually do the raid train, you may exceed that. And then during the train, the new sellers need to try a couple different things. The goal of this raid train is to, just introduce new sellers to raid trains. Maybe they've been on one, maybe they haven't, but it's to get them familiar and comfortable, since raid trains are such a big part of our whatnot culture. And then while they're on the raid train, get to try something new. If you watch any of my talk shows, you know I'm a huge proponent of trying new things. So on my raid train, I want people to try something new. So every seller tonight has to run at least one item for $1. For a lot of us, especially new sellers, that really pushes us outside of our comfort zone to run something for $1. It doesn't have to be a banger. It doesn't have to be something expensive. It could be any item, but it needs at least one item at $1, just to get over that fear of starting something that low. And then if they normally do random, they need to pre-list at least one item. If they normally are pre-listers, they need to run at least one random item. So again, we're just kind of pushing outside of our comfort zones a little bit, getting used to trying different things on Whatnot, because the best way for us to try to learn what works is to try new things. There are no special items they have to sell. So the sellers tonight will be selling what they would normally sell. I do not like to do raid trains or ask people to do raid trains where they need to source specially for them. So we have mainly vintage tonight, which is unusual because this is a cross-category train. And for the last couple of months, we have had plush, people that sell plush, people that sell clothes, some vintage. So we've had a little bit of a mix. This month just happened to be all vintage people. I'm going to introduce you to them. But some of the things that they're going to be going through tonight, and what I ask of you, hang out in the shows, be supportive, put encouraging words in the chat. You don't have to spend money. It's nice if you have it and you see something you like, obviously, great. That would be wonderful. But more than anything, be in the chat, be supportive, tap that screen, throw up some hearts, share the shows, and just share some love with these new sellers. Just support them. Some are a little bit newer than others, so some you may see a little hesitation, and that's okay. We all go through this, and it's one of the reasons that I wanted to start this train, is just to help getting over all of those jitters. Some of the things that we do on raid trains and that we hope that we're learning through this process is raid train etiquette, thanking people we need to thank, just interacting with our chat, raiding on time, having the pressure of all kinds of new people coming into your room. That could be a big deal if you're not used to it, right? And then pushing all the buttons that we got to push. We learned that through our shows, but for some reason, The minute you get on a raid train, everything you know just seems to leave your head. I don't know why it happens. And then, of course, being able to raid on time and following rules. Raid trains usually come with rules. We just went over what those are for this train. They're pretty simple. But some raid trains have very strict rules. So it's kind of getting used to that. All those different things that don't really happen in a normal, like regular show that you're controlling, right? So that's what tonight is about. And that's also why I ask you, just show some love to these new sellers. If you're a new seller and you're interested in being on the raid train, send me a DM. Again, we're signing up right now for into February. I am all full through January, but I do leave if we get any openings, I do try to bring people up and get them in earlier whenever possible. All right, so tonight I have 5 minutes. Let me introduce our 5 new sellers here. The first one at 6 o'clock. That is so good. Well, congratulations on setting up or scheduling your first show. And Boho, you guys, I'm so happy you are here. Please hang out, watch the train. I know I see some names in here of prior sellers who have been on this train. So it's just a fun night. Maybe you'll meet your next favorite seller. You never know. I've got 2 seconds for the giveaway that's going right now. So I'm trying to stall a second here. And Boogle, baby, 72. I'm sure I just slaughtered that. Congratulations. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and run this last giveaway because we only have 5 more minutes. It is another little Halloween pack. So you get a postcard, some Halloween buttons and goodies in there. Okay. First seller tonight at 6 o'clock is Straight from the Heart. This is Miss Cassie, vintage handmade category. And I went and checked out all of her items. I went in her store and I was snooping around in her store. It really, like, for me, it was like cottagecore vibes. Like I got that warm, cozy feeling when I was like looking through the store. So there was a mix of stuff, but that was the vibe that I kind of picked up. Some really cool items. Straight from the Heart has 334 items sold. Wouldn't it be awesome if we can even get that up to 340, 350 tonight? That would be amazing for her. After that, so that's at 6 o'clock. At 6:20, Straight from the Heart is going to come back to me. I'm going to sell for 20 minutes. Normally, I do not do that on these trains. We had a last minute scheduling change. So here I am. I'm going to do that for 20 minutes. So come back, see me. I'm going to be selling what's behind me. I do dollar starts. Tonight is $2.99 shipping. So it should be good. I got a mix of all kinds of vintage variety. Then at 6:40, I'm going to go raid Libby Nan's Wrinkled Memories. How fun does that sound? Libby Nan's Wrinkled Memories. Doesn't that just make you want to like have a cup of coffee and like walk around an antique store? So this is Miss Elizabeth. And if you go and read the profile here, I love this. The profile says their motto is, don't throw that away. Isn't that what we all say? We're like, don't throw that away. That's vintage. So I thought that was pretty cool. They specialize in vintage and antiques. Currently have 731 items sold. So still under that 1,000, trying to reach that goal. And their store gave me a real rustic farmhouse vibe. So I really like how we're all in vintage, but like they're like definitely a different vibe for each one of these sellers. Okay, so the next at 7 o'clock, checking my time. I got to make sure I rate on time. Next at 7 o'clock is Gypsy Soul Vibes. This is Miss Brandy, another vintage seller. Husband and wife team. And if I remember right, it was Brandy and Brian. Sorry if I got that wrong, but I think I got it right. And I have a soft spot for husband and wife teams because my other half is my team. He doesn't happen to be here tonight, but I have a place in my heart for husband and wife teams. So when I was checking out Gypsy Soul Vibes store, I got a very classic, timeless vibe. It was very elegant. It was those pieces that were curated specialty and the kind that could just be like a conversation piece in your house. Some really cool stuff. You guys are really in for a treat tonight. After that, at 7:20, we are going to Chili Pepper Peach. What a fun name, Chili Pepper Peach. It makes me want to dance, right? This is Miss Sarah. And if you like Christmas, do not leave. 7:20, Chili Pepper Peach. All kinds of Christmas stuff. Amazing things. It was like this Christmas happy store. I don't know. I lived in Michigan for a while. There's a place called Frankenmuth in Michigan. That's like this little Christmas village. This reminded me of that. So 170 items sold. Still a fairly new seller. But you know, we all started there. Please come and show them some love. Finally, our very last seller of the night at 7:40. Oh man, I got to rate. Okay, 7:40. I'm going to be late. The White Owl. This is Miss Bree, another husband and wife team, and folk art vibe. Cool stuff. You got to go and see her too. So you guys, I'm going to go raid straight from the heart. I'll see you again in about 20 minutes. And then at 8 o'clock, we're coming back to me at the end where I'm going to do another big giveaway. I'm pulling the giveaway right now that we have going. And that's going to Dana 26. Y'all stay with the train, show them some love. Let's go raid straight from the heart. Okay, my keyboard's not working. This is what happens. We get technical difficulties going on. Let's see. We'll make it work. There we go. All right.